Actually, at the time, it was like 2008. I flew down to Jacksonville. That's where Jim lives. Things weren't great for me in Iowa, and I needed a break, so I went down there and to his house and was just digging through all his hard drives of stuff that because the way that he records his ideas is, I mean, that's literally what they are usually, is just, he'll just throw on a click track or a drum beat and just jam. And I came across what would become the main riff for Absolute Zero, and he had like a double time beat to it, and I'm like, oh man, if this has the straight 4 on the floor, this riff is going to be so heavy. So to see it, you know, to evolve into that song, you know, from back then, and it's probably my favorite riff. Musical moment, it's probably the trilogy, or what we call the trilogy on part 2, which is the 3 songs connected: Blue Smoke, Do Me a Favor, and Conflagration. All just the way that they all flow into one another, and it's a complete ride. But it, you know, it's like 9 minutes long or 10 minutes long, but it doesn't even seem like it's that long. I'm really proud of how that came out. Well, the thing I really wanted to do, well, between Audio Secrecy and doing these, I finished taking some courses at Berklee online, school of music, and when it came to the guitar solos, I've always been fascinated with the Eastern sounding stuff, and when I sat down to do some of the solos with Dave, I had like charts, because he was laughing at me. I had all these charts with all these weird scales and stuff, and I was like, I really want it to, I mean, it's going to be guitar, but I want the phrasing of it to be, you know, not be guitar, you know, so, and have almost that Snake Charmer flute and type vibe on a couple of the songs, and I feel like I've pulled it off. There's a couple moments where it's not your traditional guitar phrasing or scales that you would normally hear on a rock tune, so. There's tons of players. I mean, I could go all the way back to me being 5 years old with Kiss and Ace Frehley to, you know, guys today. Paul Gilbert as a guitar player has probably had the biggest impact on me from a lead standpoint. You know, the typical shredders that you would probably think. So, you know, Gilbert, Satriani, and Vai. From a rhythm guitar standpoint, it's all the thrash metal guys. You know, from the big 4. Yeah, I mean, I'll go beyond that, and I'll throw in Testament and Overkill and all that. That's like my favorite style of music. So all those guys were a huge influence on me.